Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this webinar. Hold on one moment. There we go. All right. Welcome. So thank you so much for being here. We are going to cover a few key things today that you need to know about this very important Wealth Power Time that is happening on May 14th. First of all, Dr. Pillai declared it World Wealth Day, which is fantastic, right? And even though this day shifts every year in terms of when it actually occurs, the date, it has a significant power time that we should be connecting with, and we don't want to miss it. And it's coming up this year on May 14th. So why is this so important? Why do we need to know about this? Well, first of all, this year in particular, there are 5 different power times that will help dictate this year's why it's more significant than even other years. So we're going to go through each one of those 5 points. We will also talk about what to do on this day, how you can make it the most important for you, and we'll do a little quick guided meditation. So that's what we're going to do today, and we'll probably wrap up in about 30 minutes, just so you know from timing wise. And let's get started. So first of all, Dr. Pillai declared this day World Wealth Day. And if you are following Dr. Pillai's teachings, you know that he very much wants us all to have wealth, to have the nourishment, the freedom that comes with having both inner and outer abundance. And there are a few things to understand before we even get to that. Like, for example, Shreem Brzee and the goddess Lakshmi. She is the goddess who represents purity and beauty and abundance, material and joy, right? So your inner and your outer. So when we talk about Lakshmi, that's who she's representing. And when we're talking about Shreem, that is her seed sound. And when we talk about Brzee, we're talking about removing all scarcity. So Shreem Brzee and Lakshmi. And then Vishnu is Lakshmi's consort, partner. So we're going to talk a little bit about Vishnu today too. So when we, so on this particular day, the third, like I said, there's 5 different power times that are conjoining this particular year. So let's go through them. First, the sun is in Taurus. Now, the sun shifts about every 30 days. And Dr. Pillai says, without the sun, we literally have no life on Earth. The sun is our source of energy, our vitality. The sun shines light on what it represents. And in this case, it's in the house, the second house of the natural second house of the zodiac, and in the sign of Taurus. And Taurus is, it's grounded, it loves luxury, it's considered a natural house for financial abundance and finances. So when it's even represented by the bull, which in a bull run on Wall Street, you'll know that means abundance and wealth and growth. So now that we have the sun in this sign, we have it there for May 14th through June 13th. So this is a very powerful time to be focusing on Shreem Brzee, to be wanting to, put our attention there. So Dr. Pillai teaches that power times are the best time to do something that will represent more result during that time. So you can chant Shreem Brzee all the time. In fact, you should be. But when you do it during a particular power time, it increases its effectiveness. And that's what we're always chasing. We're always chasing how to do it better and more effective and more powerful. So sun is in Taurus. It's moving into Taurus on that day. I have my trusty astrobed calendar over here. And it actually moves, on the 14th. So next we have Venus is in Taurus. So we've just learned about Taurus and why that's so effective for prosperity and for finances. Now we have Venus. Venus, I told you about Lakshmi. So every planet has an overlord, a god or goddess who is the energy that helps represent or ground that energy of the planet. And the overlord of Venus is Lakshmi. So again, we have this wealth consciousness coming through the planet Venus. Venus is associated with luxury, with beauty, with pleasure, sensual pleasures, material gains and comforts. So now we have Venus also in Taurus, a place where that planet is very comfortable. It's sitting in this sign, it's activating wealth. So now we have both Sun and Venus in Taurus. So a double power time there. While we're on the topic of Taurus, we'll just keep going. So as I mentioned, the sun moves through these zodiacs every month. And 4 times per year, it moves into what's called a fixed sign. And these fixed signs are more of a stable energy. They aren't ones that have a lot of water or air associated. It's a fixed energy. And so that helps to ground you a bit. And they're called in Vedic astrology, Vishnupati. So when they move into a fixed sign. So Taurus happens to be a fixed sign. Now we have Vishnupati that occurs on this day. As I mentioned, Vishnu is the consort of Shreem Brzee and Lakshmi, and he can bring us anything that stabilizes us on earth. So our health, our wealth, our happiness, our joy. He brings us all of those components that really help sustain life on earth. So Shreem Brzee, Lakshmi, and Vishnu are sustaining energies. It's what we draw upon when we need to feel like we need to maintain our life here. We won't go into the other archetypes. Dr. Pillai specifically says that Vishnupati is that time Vishnu, the archetype of wealth, gives you material boons. It happens when the sun moves into a fixed sign 4 times a year. So that was Dr. Pillai's quote. Okay, now we have, if you've looked at your calendar, that we have this Vishnupati, Sun in Taurus, all happening on a Friday. Now, every day of the week is ruled by a different planet, and Friday is ruled by Venus. So again, we have another power time where, and this doesn't always fall this way, right? Like just this year is happening. So now we have the auspicious energy of Friday, where all of these things are occurring. Venus is even more happy. Shreem Brzee is even more happy. And we get to connect with that abundant nature even more so. Dr. Pillai has said, if you're going to chant Shreem Brzee, if you're going to do anything for Lakshmi, best to do it on a Friday or a Venus Hora, and it's called a Venus Hora. It's a time of the day where Venus is more activated. You can look that up on Astroved's Hora Watch app or the Astroved app and find a little bit more about when those times occur throughout the day. But just to give you a little background, it's Venus, and Venus is overlord. I'm sorry. So Venus and Friday. Okay, so I think we covered 4 so far, right? Let's see. Yep. Now we're going to talk a bit about the third moon. So all of this comes together on the most important wealth power time of the year. And Dr. Pillai calls this the day of non-depleting wealth. Because other times you can gain wealth and it can go away, right? Like we've seen our bank account go up and down, the stock market go up and down, wealth can come and go. But this particular day, and it's the third moon that happens during this particular Tamil month, and that is when we have a special window of time where Dr. Pillai calls it the day of non-depleting wealth, where whatever you are gaining on that day, that should continue to grow, and to ask for the blessings for that to happen for you. So this is the waxing moon. So this week we have a new moon. So we have like that's the time when the mind gets even the most quiet. And then the moon will start to wax, grow as we move towards the full moon later this month. So it's the third waxing moon. And this consciousness is important because the festival itself is called Akshaya Tritiya. And the scriptures reveal that this event took place during Akshaya Tritiya's, sacred scriptures reveal key events that took place during this particular time. And there's a few stories behind it, like the birth of Parasurama, the 6th avatar of Vishnu. Vishnu, we talked about already in his attainment of high consciousness and how he can help us. It is also a time when Kubera attained a special position. Kubera was a devotee of Shiva, and he was given a boon to be able to become the Lord of Wealth. And it was on this particular day. So Kubera, the banker of heaven, Dr. Pillai talks about him in terms of we can pray to him. There's a yantra for him to bring us even closer to our ability to attain wealth. And he's the one, the banker, who can help give that to us. There's also the birth of Annapurna. Annapurna, Dr. Pillai has talked about as the goddess of nourishment, feeding. And she has this spoon of never-ending food that can go. So again, the non-depleting, this nourishment, this our ability to tap into that part of us that is unlimited. If we associate kind of how we may think of or associate with wealth, we may feel like maybe it's not all there for us, or maybe we can't attain it in this lifetime, or it has come and gone, and maybe I don't trust that it's going to happen. This particular power time is a time where we get to align with the celestial energy that supports the non-depleting, the unlimited energy, the power that these archetypes are giving to us during this time. This is what's most important, so that we are aligning our energies to the non-depleting wealth. So is this your time, right? We've been through a lot this past year. Dr. Pillai is agreeing with the Wall Street prediction that this is going to be a great time of wealth, especially for the United States. So this is the day where we're going to really be able to tap into that. So you don't want to miss it. Okay, so what should you be doing on this particular day? You should be chanting Shreem Brzee. That is your most basic activity that you should be doing on this particular day. And I know that you all know how to do that. So chant Shreem Brzee. And what else you can be doing is any other ritual you already know how to do. So if you have your Shreem Brzee statue, or if you have your Shreem Brzee yantra and you know how to hydrate these and you know how to do offerings to these, do that. Do that on this day as much as you possibly can. If you have any other practices that you particularly do for abundance and bringing that into your life, do that. Mostly be mindful of your conscious scarcity thoughts, because this is what we want to root out and replace with non-depleting, abundant thoughts, because this is the day to make that pivotal action happen. You can also do a karma cleansing ritual if you know how to do that during pradosham time, or the time of when the sun is about to set, about an hour before sunset. Chant Tirunila Kantam, just wanting to release any negativity. In fact, do that all week, right, in preparation for this particular day, because we want to be at our peak performance during this particular day, so that we can really tune in and lock in. Like I said, it is the unlimited energy that we really want to harness and use and be useful to us. So all week you can be doing karma cleansing ceremonies. If you're not already doing it, just hunker down, just make a commitment and be really diligent this week, Monday through Friday, until we get there. So do your karma cleansing rituals. There's several of them that we've always taught on Pillai Center: chanting Tirunila Kantam, rolling limes and lemons, pouring milk over a Shiva lingam. All of those things you can do. You can be doing ancestor offerings. We have other videos on that. Those are to be done during definitely on the new moon, which happens on Monday, but then anytime during daylight hours during the week. Again, another way that we can just be cleansing until we get to that particular day. Start your Shreem Brzee practice if you haven't started one already. Tune into that energy before you even get to Friday. What can you do? You can chant Shreem Brzee at least 108 times. You can do a meditation. There's free meditation. We're going to do a meditation today that you can use. Just be chanting, always be chanting. You put the mantra on in the background. I've done lots of videos on that, on like how to on Shreem Brzee, put the mantra on so that it's just always playing. This way you can't forget it. That's one of my favorite tricks. Pray. We want to be praying and prayerful. And not just on Friday, but all week, right? Like I really want you to plan this week to prepare yourself, to have yourself be in the opportune energy when Friday arrives. Okay, so to be praying and connecting with these beings. You can pray to Ganesha to remove any obstacles that may be in your way, that you may be feeling like you can't do this. Rituals I mentioned earlier, if you do them on your own, that's fantastic. We also have ceremonies that happen every Friday and every full moon, where the priest who speaks English guides us through doing those ceremonies. I find these to be really powerful. I do rituals on my own. They're good. When I join the group rituals that are guided by the priest, it's off the charts. And so many people who have joined on every Friday and every full moon are just like, this is incredible. Actually, just 2 days ago, Dr. Pillai called me and said, we need to have full moon marathons, meditation marathons. And I was like, okay. So this past month, we happened to already start that, and he wants us to continue to do that, maybe even elongate it a bit more. He mentioned it should be 3 hours in length. So before the full moon comes, we're going to work that out for you. So don't worry. The next full moon is May 25th. So what we're doing on this Wealth Powertime Events program, it's a subscription. Every Friday we do the puja with Priest Premraj, who speaks English, who guides us, and it's super powerful. And then every full moon, now we just started doing an hour of meditation. Dr. Pillai wants us to increase that. So now we're going to increase that to an hour and a half of meditation. And then it's going to have an hour and a half of Fire Lab. So we're gonna have 3 full hours. Now, if you can't dedicate 3 hours, you can come for whatever portion works best for you. We time it, whatever the timing is most powerful for the ritual itself. So it always changes each month. But what we're going to do in Wealth Powertime Events, the subscription that you can join, is create an audio so that you can also listen to a 3-hour meditation on your own time. Because Dr. Pillai mentioned that this 3-hour meditation ideally is happening from 9 p.m. to midnight on the full moon night, wherever you are. So we're going to continue to have the live sessions, but we're also going to create an audio for you so that you can do the practice on your own. So definitely join the group if you can. If not, always do your practice on the full moon. Full moons are the most powerful times every month that we get to have this. So now World Wealth Day. Getting to the best part last, Dr. Pillai is going to do a session with us. I'm just so thrilled because this was not planned. He literally did the video and announced it. And this is going to be on May 14th. Remember all the power times that I mentioned? Remember all the preparation we're going to do to get to Friday? Now we can join Dr. Pillai in a teaching, empowerment, meditation, and fire lab. Like, it's going to be off the charts. Dr. Pillai has mentioned that fire rituals is when we have the most ability to connect with the divine. He quotes the Bhagavad Gita and Lord Krishna in saying that the ritual is the most powerful, fire rituals are the most powerful ritual you can do for wealth, but that you should always use it for good. Krishna gives a warning in his explanation that he will scatter you like the clouds in the sky if you use it for the wrong purpose, but of course none of you would do that. So we are having such a great honor to have Dr. Pillai do this for us. He's going more and more into silence, and it's just so great every time he's able to be here with us. So that's May 14th. At the bottom of this page, or wherever you're watching this video, there should be a link that goes to World Wealth Day. Now, if you are interested in joining both World Wealth Day and Powertime, Powertime events, we have a special combination, which means if you are already in Powertime events, congratulations, we love you, thank you for joining. You get 50% off of World Wealth Day. And if you want to join World Wealth Day and Powertime events at the same time, which there's a link on that page, you will get half off of World Wealth Day. So you're still getting the benefit of the folks who have been in it. But what's going to happen is you're going to pay once, which is like $99 for both World Wealth Day and your subscription to Powertime events. But then next month you will be billed $54, which is what the recurring payment is for Powertime events. Now remember, these Powertime events include the full moon and every Friday, so at least 4 pujas every month. The Fire Lab alone will cost you $45 if you wanted to join just the full moon Fire Lab and kind of meditation marathon that we're going to be doing. So basically for another $9, we give you all of the Friday rituals, and then it's just on auto renewal so that you don't have to worry about it. It's just continuing to happen. And so we find that super easy for a lot of you. You wanted to be able to stay in it. You didn't want to be able to miss. And if you can't join anything live, your name is included for the proxy ceremony, so you're still getting the blessings. So this is great news in terms of every which way you can benefit. So we've tried to do our best putting everything together for you that gives you the absolute most benefit for all of this. So hopefully that covered everything. What I'm going to do now is do our little guided meditation, and then so note your questions, and then I'll come back and answer some questions for you. I'm going to share my screen. Sit comfortably. We're now going to do a little guided meditation that you can use throughout the week. If you have any other Shreem Brzee meditations, please feel free to use those. Sit comfortably. Gently close your eyes. Keep your back as straight as possible while still being comfortable. Visualize a beam of white light entering the right eye. Riding on this white light is the sound Shreem Brzee. It is penetrating your right eye. Feel the light and the sound, Shreem Brzee, entering the right eye. The light is filling the eye, removing all negativity. Our eyes, our ears, our nose, our mouth are all doorways to our consciousness. They access our energy and thoughts. By filling them with light and sound, we are purifying these doorways to our consciousness. Now visualize a beam of white light entering the left eye. Riding on this white light is the sound Shreem Brzee. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. The light is purifying the eye, purifying all the cells of the eye, removing all negativity, all negative thoughts, all impurities. So now both eyes, the right and the left eye, are filled with bright white light, pulsating with the sound Shreem Brzee. Now allow the optical nerve from the right eye to move into the left brain, lighting up the left brain with Shreem Brzee. And visualize from the left eye, the optical nerve, moving to the right side of the brain, lighting up the right side of the brain with Shreem Brzee. Now feel the light in both sides of the brain with the sound Shreem Brzee. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Now both eyes, both brains are filled with Shreem Brzee. Now visualize a beam of light entering the right ear. This light enters the ear, purifying the eardrum. And traveling on this light is the sound Shreem Brzee. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. The light purifies and removes all negativity, negative thoughts from the right ear. Now visualize a beam of light entering the left ear. It enters the ear, traveling to the eardrum, purifying the ear. Feel the sound traveling on the light, penetrating the left ear. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Now both ears are filled with white light and the sound Shreem Brzee. Visualize a beam of white light entering the right nostril. The light enters and travels up the nostril, piercing the third eye at the top. Feel the sound Shreem Brzee traveling on the white light. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Visualize a beam of white light entering the left nostril. Again, with the sound Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Visualize a beam of light entering the mouth. The white light enters the mouth. It hits the tip of the tongue, goes to the middle of the tongue, and to the back of the tongue. This light is purifying the tongue. The tongue is a very powerful organ. Dr. Pillai says the tongue thinks. It holds power, it holds thoughts. The light can purify the tongue. Now allow the light to fill the entire mouth, purifying the mouth, then traveling to the back of the throat, to the tonsil area, and feel the sound Shreem Brzee in the entire mouth, the tonsil area, and the tongue. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. The sound is getting subtler and subtler inside of your doorways to your consciousness. Now allow the light to continue through the back of the throat, down into the throat. The entire mouth and throat cavity is filled with light and filled with Shreem Brzee. Feel Shreem Brzee in the throat area. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Now, the eyes, the ears, the nostrils, the two brains, the mouth, the tongue, the throat are all filled with white, brilliant, purifying light and Shreem Brzee. Feel all of them and chant Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Now allow Shreem Brzee and the light to drop from the head and the throat down into the heart center, your heart chakra, feeling Shreem Brzee. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Now allow this light to explode out, filling your entire body. The entire body is filled with white, brilliant light. From your heart center to the tips of your fingers, down your legs to your feet and your toes, your entire torso, arms. Everything is filled with white light. Everything is pulsating with Shreem Brzee. Feel the light and chant Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. The light is purifying every cell. Shreem Brzee is energizing every cell. You are becoming Shreem Brzee. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Feel the energy, feel the light, purifying you, energizing you. The sound gets more and more subtle, and it vibrates through every cell in the body. Now allow this to continue. Allow Shreem Brzee to continue to occupy every cell in the body. Let it continue to vibrate, continue to energize. And then when you're ready, you can begin to come back to yourself while maintaining Shreem Brzee energizing your entire body. So when you're ready, slowly come back to yourself. Start placing some gentle movement back into the body. And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Welcome back. I hope that was a good experience for you. That is a simple meditation that you can do throughout the week by yourself. As you saw, what I did was put light and Shreem Brzee into the eyes, the ears, the nose, the mouth, the brain, the heart, and the whole body. It's something you can do while lying in bed and just doing self-guided by yourself, just having Shreem Brzee fill every cell of the body. So we want you to benefit from Shreem Brzee. We want you to do Shreem Brzee. We want you to gain wealth. This is why Pillai Center exists. This is why we do what we do, to make sure that you have the tools you need, absolutely free, to be able to further your progress, your evolution, to gain more wealth, more consciousness. So please share this with others so that other people can also benefit. This is a pivotal time in human history where we could be making such a big difference. We can all be transforming ourselves in such a unique and powerful way. Please do your part by chanting Shreem Brzee. Please do your part by spreading Shreem Brzee, by telling others, pointing them back to this channel, to Dr. Pillai's teachings. This is how we can make a difference. And Shreem Brzee can do that. Shreem Brzee can be the catalyst for change on earth. And I 100% believe that. Well, we need you. We need you to be spreading the good word and sharing our content to get it to more people. So thank you for doing that in advance. So now I'll take any questions that you may have. As I mentioned before we did the meditation, I'll do a little recap in case you're kind of a little out of it. So all the preparation to do starting today: karma busting, chanting Shreem Brzee, prayer, connecting to other archetypes that may have a connection with, and then joining Dr. Pillai on May 14th. We did keep the price as low as we possibly can. Normally that is at least $150 or more for a session with him like this. It's only $90 this time, and it's $99 if you do both the session with him and the Wealth Powertime events, which is an ongoing subscription. You'll get billed next month for $54, so don't forget that. Of course, you can cancel at any time. So, so that's where we're at. Please let me know if there's any questions, and I will take a look at them now. I have, Nasa said, this is outstanding. I have a smile around my head. Thank you. That's fantastic. How many mantras do you focus on daily? You can focus on as many or as few as work for you. Everyone's different. Everyone, some people I know, they do a lot of different mantras. They do a lot of different meditation. I'm simple. I try to be as simple and as straightforward as possible. I really stick to Shreem Brzee. I love Shreem Brzee. Do the mantras that you feel more drawn to, because that means you're going to do it. And what I've also found is if I have a go-to mantra, then when my mind is on idle, I can flip that on faster than if I could looking for other ones. Now, it doesn't mean I don't chant different mantras throughout the day when they come to mind, or maybe I play them. I do that as well. But when I have like my go-to, it's easier to kind of activate or kind of jump into my consciousness because it's already been there quite a bit. So yeah. Okay, so Samuel is asking about Vishnu Pati, if he signed up for the Akshaya Tritiya rituals, and should he also sign up for Vishnu Pati? They're separate. They're actually separate things, but they happen to be on the same day, which is what I was mentioning earlier, which is so important. So if you feel called to do both, great. But if not, you are already doing the Akshaya Tritiya rituals on that day. You don't really need to do Vishnu Pati. But they're different rituals, right? Like, so they're rituals to Vishnu versus the Akshaya Tritiya rituals are for Kubera and Lakshmi. So they're different. It really depends on your budget and how much oomph you want to give to your rituals. You don't have to, but if you want it all, then yes. Thank you, Samuel, for reminding me. We also have rituals that are performed on your behalf in India for Akshaya Tritiya, for Vishnu Pati, for all these things. Now, at the bottom of this page or wherever you're watching this video, there should also be a link to the rituals. Those are separate from Dr. Pillai. They are not combined in any way. When we have rituals performed on your behalf in India, they are with our priests in India. They are fulfilled through Astraved, but if you purchase them through Pillai Center, it's the same ceremonies. They're either done at our Remedy Center in India or in a variety of power spots, such as temples, and with different types of priests. So you can read the details on what those look like. If you're the type of person who's like, yeah, just give me the rituals. I love rituals. I sign up for them too, because it's like, got you covered. Like, have someone do it on my behalf. I'm going to do my thing, but I need some little backup there. So that is also an opportunity for you to join those. Those end on, I think, like the last time you can enroll is sometime on Thursday this week. So you definitely want to take action on those because they do expire a little bit earlier than our session with Dr. Pillai. The session with Dr. Pillai will be happening, I believe, at 6:30 p.m. on Friday, which means our cutoff is an hour before that. I think its cutoff is at 5:30 p.m. on Friday, May 14th. So you have another day to register for that. But yeah, thank you for reminding me of that, Samuel. She said, feeling great during meditation. Wonderful. Thank you. Will May 14th be a good time to invest money? Oh, good question. Okay, so I forgot to mention also, there's so many things. One of the things that is recommended to do on Akshaya Tritiya is buy gold. Gold is considered pure wealth, right? It's not just paper dollars. It's the gold standard. It's actual wealth. And not only is it physical wealth, but it is spiritual wealth. There's a divine quality to gold. Dr. Pillai once told me, gold attracts gold. You should always wear gold if you're gonna, I used to wear silver and he's like, don't wear silver, wear gold. Because gold attracts gold. So yes, you should be buying gold on that day. Now, in terms of an investment, I can't speak to that because I really don't know. Maybe someone who knows astrology better could answer that. But the tradition is that you buy gold on this day because it's non-depleting and it should always grow and continue. And it's also symbolic. So even if you can only buy a little bit or some little tiny coin or something, that it's a good act to perform on that day. When we chant Brzee and Shreem Brzee are both the same. Dr. Pillai went into the nuance of this, I don't know, last year or the year before doing a video. I specifically asked him because we get this question a lot. And yes and no. I mean, you're getting most of everything. Brzee is specific to removing scarcity and creating abundance, whereas Shreem is Goddess Lakshmi, all of the beautiful and sustaining and prosperous energy that comes with her is Shreem. And then Brzee, you have the sound that was given to Dr. Pillai by Vishnu Mitra, which is removal of all scarcity. So you're getting a little extra on Brzee. Now, exactly the difference, it comes again down to personal preference. Do you love chanting Brzee? Chant Brzee. Do you love chanting Shreem Brzee? Chant Shreem Brzee. Someone's asking that they have trouble chanting. Dr. Pillai has mentioned you have to have the karma to be able to do it. This is one of the problems, right? We know, or we're supposed to do it, or we forget, or maybe there's some sort of obstacles. This is where you persevere. This is why karma removal techniques are so important. This is your commitment, whether you have to put stickies up all over the place or reminders on your phone. And if you are in an environment where you can't chant out loud, you always have your inner voice. Like, you don't need to be chanting out loud at all. There should be no excuse for not chanting in regards to your environment. Now, if you're distracted, again, put up those reminders, or make a commitment to yourself of what you're gonna do. I get it, it's not easy. But we have to do everything we can to put that into place so that we are continually reminded. Santosh is saying, I saw Dr. Pillai chant Brzee in the throat. Yes, he has done that. He mentioned he did do that in a program that we taught once, and he might have done it on a webinar, I don't remember. But yeah, it's basically right here. You can do Brzee at the throat. So that's a technique, Brzee, Brzee, Brzee. And that's a really good one. It's good for karma release. So all week, another thing you can be doing, Brzee, Brzee, Brzee. Thank you, Santosh, for bringing that up. Yeah, whatever form of gold that someone's asking, like, does it have to be 22 karat or no? I mean, in certain countries, 22 karat's not available, or it's harder to find. So you can do any form of gold, any that's available to you or that's affordable for you. Let's see, are there any other questions? 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. Sorry about that, Ellen. Is there a discount if you register for mystery school? Yes, if you register for mystery school, sorry, I forgot to say this, it is totally free. You will receive Dr. Pillai's World Wealth Day if you have already registered for mystery school, so don't sign up. And if you want to join mystery school, do so before May 14th, because then you'll also get World Wealth Day complimentary. So thank you, Nat. All right. If there's a question about mystery school, we're doing another session with Dr. Pillai at 11 a.m. Pacific time, which is in about an hour, a little over an hour. More about mystery school if you're interested in that. In terms of how much mystery school is, it translates to different currencies. So please click on the link for mystery school and then click through to the store post, and you'll see what it is for you. Difficulties in my life nearly always start on Friday. How to prevent that? It sounds like if it sounds like you're having difficulties that happen on your life, particularly around Fridays, maybe there's something with Venus in your chart. You'll probably want to get an astrology reading and remedy that. If you're looking for, like I said, the pricing for mystery school, you have to click through, because it'll show different in Indian rupees than it does in US dollars. So go take a look at that. What should you do if your Lakshmi mala or broke? If it is if it's a necklace and you weren't using it to chant or something, then you can fix that. Like, let's say it's like a gold pendant or something. But if it's a mala, like a mala that you would use for chanting, Dr. Pillai recommends that you don't restring that you instead get a new one, because it signifies a break in karma. Now, yeah, so that's the situation. Any other questions? Any questions on World Wealth Day? There's two options, remember, at the bottom. All right, then we'll go ahead and wrap up. Hopefully I got to everyone's question. If I didn't, just please repost if I missed that. All right, I think we're good. Well, thank you all so much for joining. This is a lot of fun. This is an amazing year. This is going to be an amazing year. Join us in about an hour with Dr. Pillai. He'll talk a little bit more about Mystery School, but in terms of Shreem Brzee and your wealth abundance, this is the week. Do your preparations. Join us on May 14th, whether you're with Dr. Pillai's session or in Wealth Powertime events or both, because we will be having our Friday. We have it on Friday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time is our pujas, and that's because Priest Premraj is in Mauritius and it's his Venus Hora or Venus hour on Venus day, Friday night. So it's the most powerful time to perform the ritual, and that is dependent upon where the priest is. So he's that's where he is, and so we kind of go wherever we adapt to wherever the priest is and where it's most powerful to attend. So we will be having that morning. So we're having a puja session with him on Friday morning, May 14th. So we'll have those blessings. And then for those of you who join Dr. Pillai on World Wealth Day, that'll be the evening in Pacific time, 6:30 p.m. Now we selected those times. I know it's not convenient for everyone, and I'm really sorry, especially for our European friends in the UK. It's like 3 a.m. But we do this because wherever the person teaching or performing the ritual is, that's where the power time has to be aligned. So when it's Dr. Pillai, it's the evening. It's during, I think this is during Jupiter Hora, so it's the perfect time for him. So that's why we picked that time. So apologies, but there's a reason behind it. There's a method behind it. And we just always keep things as powerful as we possibly can for you. So that's what it is. All right. So what yantra do we use? Shreem Brzee yantra. Shreem Brzee yantra. Now, if you have a Shreem Brzee yantra, fantastic. In India, we had to stop shipping due to COVID-related restrictions, but I'm hoping we don't know when we're going to be able to get that started again. But there is some exciting news brewing for Shreem Brzee. So keep everything in a positive light, and we'll have some new announcements soon. So thank you all for joining. Lots of love, Shreem Brzee.